King Charles's surprising announcement means that Harry and Meghan's official status will be removed. The king is about to undertake a revolutionary approach, and Meghan and Harry will face severe repercussions as a result. Greetings everyone, and a heartfelt welcome to the return of Princess Diana News Channel. Typically, the royal family has a limited range of preferred gifts they tend to give. Afterwards, it falls upon a hapless assistant to undertake the task of gift wrapping. In previous years, gifts from the past have comprised animals such as dogs or horses, along with amusing presents like the singing, wide-mouthed Billy Bassett that Harry had once presented to his grandmother. A unique present that many of us would not be able to offer is the granting of titles. Undoubtedly, receiving a new title would evoke a sense of excitement. And, honestly, who am I to criticize? I would probably also bestow a title as a gift if given the opportunity. I cannot think of a more fitting present to celebrate a wedding or commemorate someone's remarkable dedication in their profession. However, the California couple, consisting of Harry and his spouse Meghan Markle, supposedly have been bestowed with a fresh designation by the monarch. Nevertheless, this particular honor does not warrant any joyous festivities. Instead, Meghan and Harry have been dubbed as the others in a major royal reorganization. And I highly doubt they will be pleased to use that title anytime soon. Where does this specific piece of information come from? It is sourced from the Ephraim Hardcastle column of the Daily Mail. Despite the absence of an author named Hardcastle, this column is widely regarded as having reliable sources. According to Hardcastle, King Charles has been active and has significantly transformed his late mother's idea of the family business, for months after his official coronation. And evidently, this action holds significant importance and is not to be taken lightly. He has a strong desire for making significant alterations. As a consequence of this reset, the king has divided his family into 4 distinct groups. Hardcastle.so, individuals such as Meghan, Harry, and Prince Andrew have been grouped together as the others. My assumption is that this group was formed exclusively for these 3 individuals, but I don't feel qualified to pass judgment. However, according to Hardcastle, the situation becomes even more challenging for Meghan and Harry. They are not receiving the same level of treatment as Andrew. Hardcastle claims that Andrew is receiving special treatment in comparison to the Sussexes. He was granted permission to accompany Edward to the commemorative occasion honoring the Queen, which took place at St. George. Struggled to obtain permission to visit his late grandmother's tomb at Windsor's St. George's Chapel on the same day Harry attended the chapel. Therefore, Meghan and Harry's response to this news remains unknown, but it is likely that they are not pleased with it. It seems certain that this must be painful. Ultimately, I believe the only solace they find is in the realization that their situation is not as dire as Andrew's. Certainly, it must be quite painful for them to now hold a lower rank in the king's perspective compared to his dishonored brother, who was associated with a known child predator. Despite the ongoing rumors about Harry's efforts to reconcile with his family and Charles potentially purchasing a UK residence for them, this report seems to contradict this notion. Did they even come close to being classified as non-working royals? However, let's redirect our focus to Andrew. I must acknowledge my lack of comprehension regarding the shift in Charles's behavior towards his sibling. Earlier in the year, did we not hear about the king's attempt to evict Andrew from Royal Lodge, the esteemed property consisting of 30 rooms that he has resided in since the Queen Mother's demise in 2002? It appears that the king has surrendered. It appears that he is allowing Andrew to stay there. I really hope our assessment is incorrect, but it appears that the king is making a deliberate effort to enhance Andrew's position. In a recent article by Russell Myers in the Mirror, it was disclosed that the Duke, who is currently unemployed, has obtained the king's approval to indefinitely reside at his Royal Lodge residence following successful negotiations with the monarch. It appears that Andrew has found his way back into the inner circle. We should recall the events that took place when they were collectively present at Balmoral during the summer. During the month of August, we were delighted to witness images of Andrew being chauffeured to a church service by his nephew and niece, William and Catherine, who hold the illustrious titles of Prince and Princess of Wales. As we are aware, the royal family is extremely intentional in their actions. We were initially meant to witness the entire sequence unfold. William and Catherine's presence symbolized the acceptance and reconciliation of their once disgraced Uncle Andrew, signaling that he was now reintegrated into the family. Currently, there is no indication that Andrew will have the opportunity to resume his public responsibilities, which is a relief. However, this act of rescuing him from the chilly environment is puzzling. I am not able to comprehend the meaning. It completely contradicts any logical reasoning. According to the latest YouGov survey, Andrew has an unfavorable rating of 88% among Brits. Why in the world is the king putting on a spectacle by allowing him to return? Additionally, according to the Daily Beast's Tom Sykes, Andrew still retains the privilege of hosting his yearly shooting weekend at Windsor, and it doesn't end there. It has been reported that he, along with Sarah Ferguson, the Duchess of York, have meals delivered from the kitchen at Windsor Castle. Additionally, the maintenance of the 21-acre grounds is entrusted to none other than the royal gardeners. Additionally, it is noteworthy that historian Andrew Loney took the initiative to submit a request under the Freedom of Information Act in order to determine whether Scotland Yard had carried out an investigation into the allegations made by Virginia Giuffre, his accuser. Ultimately, the request was rejected towards the end of last month. The police force declined to provide any confirmation or denial regarding their formal investigation of the allegations. However, now let's consider Charles and his approach to handling the situation surrounding the Sussexes. According to Page Essex's report, the king had begun evicting Harry and his book Spare from their UK residence of Frogmore Cottage within a day of its release. In September, it was reported by the Sunday Times that conversations had taken place among courtiers regarding the possibility of Meghan and Harry renting a residence within Kensington Palace. However, the palace vehemently disputed this claim. It appears that the king has learned how to assert himself with Harry and Meghan. Why is Andrew behaving so passively? Hundreds of grey-colored homes are under the control of the king. If he truly desired to locate a new residence for Harry and Meghan, he possesses the ability to do so. In September, there was applause for the king as Harry returned to the UK for a brief visit, seeking accommodation at Windsor Castle. Yet, his request to stay there was ultimately turned down. The king's inconsistency reflects poorly on him. He should extend equal treatment to both the Sussexes and Andrew. The majority of individuals would prefer not to have their diligently earned tax returns exposed. The truth is, instead of going to Andrew or the Sussex, currency in the form of dollars or pounds is being paid. Therefore, it is inappropriate for the king to flaunt his reconciliation with Andrew, as it hurts everyone. It is understandable that people feel uneasy, and it is also unjustifiable that he can still reside in the opulent royal residence. He is completely unfit to be present in that place. I appreciate the king taking the initiative to reset things. I find it gratifying that he is including Harry, Meghan, and Andrew among the rest of the individuals. In my opinion, all the individuals in the others category should receive equal treatment. What is your opinion on this perspective? Feel free to share your thoughts in the comments section below. Feel free to share and show your appreciation by liking and sharing this video with anyone who would find it enjoyable, whenever you please. Please consider subscribing to the Princess Diana News YouTube channel for future video updates. We greatly appreciate your viewership. Enjoy your weekend and I look forward to reconnecting with you in our upcoming videos.